Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm currently on my way to go and pick up some groceries because I need to make dinner tonight, obviously. So I'm bringing you along for the ride. It is not quite 10 a.m. on a Thursday, and next week Oz and I are actually going to be going to Adelaide. So when I get back home, I'll show you what exactly is going on, because my lounge room looks like a bomb hit it. So when I get to the shop, I'll be back. Got lucky, my mum saw me on the way in. So this is going to be a very quick shop. I've already got eggs and mushrooms. I need 10 peas and corn and a drink. So I'll probably see you when I get home. Okay, I am finally home. I apologise if you didn't hear anything in the past two little sessions that I did. So basically I went shopping because I am doing a pasta meal tonight. Don't mind the crap on my cupboard. So we have some markdown mushrooms. What were they originally? I think it was $5. And then I've also got some markdown eggies. Not bad, about half price. Mainly because, well, I felt like eggs. And then we've got peas, corn and carrots to go in with dinner. And I got myself a drink because, well, thirsty work. So, basically, what I tend to do when I'm doing a pasta meal is I will cook up the mincemeat first. Because then that way all I have to do is reheat the meat a bit, cook up the pasta, and that's basically it. I can just serve up from there. Now, the weird thing is, for most people, when they see my setup, is I set things up, whoops, one moment, I've got to turn on the other light. We have a chest freezer, and whenever I do a, sorry, I've got a loose hair, probably a cat hair, stuck in my phone case. But anyway, what I tend to do is I will set up here on top of my chest freezer. So we have an electric fry pan. And Oz was nice enough to clean this up for me the other day. And I'm going to make sure I got it the right way around. And I know my kitchen looks an absolute mess, but a couple of months ago I decided I was going to clean absolutely everything and then ran out of energy. So today we have got pork and beef mince. So yes, I'm actually going to cook this up now. I said, if I do all of this now, then all I have to do later is cook up the pasta and reheat the meat. So let me just grab these. I love a good markdown. Oh, crud. I also have to get the power cord. That aircon actually does not work. We don't know why. It just randomly stopped working completely at some point. Of course, in the middle of summer. So, of course, that was lovely, wasn't it? Yeah, give me one moment. I need to flip the camera. Okay, my apologies if anything's a bit wonky and you obviously can't quite see me because I'm slightly off camera. But anyway, I've got to go and drain these, the peas, corns and carrot. Now I've got to plug in the device. Don't worry people, I am not winging, it is the peas, corn and carrot that is doing the business. that's off. Cool. So, first things first. Olive oil. Now, it may seem strange to some people that I'm using olive oil straight off the bat, but since we got it, I'm using it. I also have some other things off camera, and I will show them to you as I go. But first and foremost, meat. Sorry, but if this setup is a bit weird, but hey, it's my channel and I'm weird. Here you go, it has some plastic ASMR. Excellent. No plastic this time, or paper. Usually for us in Australia with mincemeat, you get a piece of paper on the bottom, but these ones don't have them, and thank goodness for that, because I hate taking them off. Especially if you don't know that they're there, it's even worse. Because, yeah, then you get paper cooked into your food. Not pleasant. Now you're going to get a sizzle ASMR. Now I don't usually put a whole lot else in with the meat, but you do want to break the meat up. I also apologise if this is going to end up being a long video. I'm still getting used to editing on my phone, and at the moment my phone is all I have. Oz is planning on getting me an actual camera for Christmas, so here's hoping that happens. Now then, I need some paper. So, just give you guys a quick look. Whoops. Once I unstick my tripod, that is what it looks like so far. As you can see, parts of it are browning. I'm not going to move around this too much because it'll be confusing. So please bear with me. Next is mushrooms. No, it's not. My bad. Next is Worcestershire. Oz and I tend to just call this Wooshy just because it's quicker and easier to say. And, well, if you don't know what it is, too bad. Good old glug. We want that umami. And don't worry, guys, I've got another full bottle. Next up is this stuff. It is taco seasoning. And I found this a while ago, and this basically has no added stuff that you might be allergic to. At the moment I am gluten intolerant as well as lactose intolerant, yay me. And there's plenty of taco seasonings that are actually full of gluten. Like Old El Paso, for example, that actually has a heap of gluten in it. So, not the best thing for me to have. So when I found this, it's like, yes. Because sometimes we like it just a little bit spicy. So I chuck some of that in. And today I'm feeling like a particularly spicy dinner. So I always, after I close it, I always shake over, because otherwise you get stuff stuck in the lip. And it's just easier to get it out before it gets to be a problem. Now, if you don't know how an electric fry pan works, basically it's a what's the word I'm trying to think of? It will basically turn itself on and off so that your food does not burn. So it's only just turned itself back on. So yes, we will see how this goes, but I will gradually add in other ingredients. My usual go-to ingredients are paprika, turmeric and cumin, or cumin, take your pick. But it's always sweet paprika, not spicy, and turmeric powder. And I actually have to refill those today. So, perfect. There we go, it's just turned itself off again. Now, I don't usually measure, mainly because, well, I can't be bothered. And 9 times out of 10, it's different each time. And sometimes you just want different flavour every time you do something. You don't want the same old boring flavours all the time. So sometimes I'll put a bit more paprika, sometimes I'll put more turmeric, sometimes I'll even put chili powder or chili flakes in. Most times it ends up being cayenne because, well, that's what we've got most of. Come out. So again, I apologise if this is a long video, but I will stop and take breaks in between, so don't worry. I'm not that mad. So that's the paprika in and refilled. Give that a stir while it's turned off. And in all honesty, this is the quickest and easiest part of making a bolognese. The way that I do it, I don't know how anyone else does it. I know that there's some who add milk to this part, but I don't. Mainly because to me it's a bit strange. Unless I'm turning it into a bechamel, I will not put milk in this. Now I know you can partially see what's going on in there. You cannot see everything. There's the turmeric. Sometimes I'll add herbs, other times I won't. It just depends on what I feel like and what Oz feels like as to whether or not I put that in. But today I'm not putting them in. Mainly because, well, I've already got all of this stuff. I don't really feel like going over and getting more. So we'll top up the turmeric. And in all honesty, spices and herbs can be expensive. That's why I try to be frugal with how much I actually use. But sometimes, you know, your hand shakes too much and it goes everywhere. But considering I've got the shakes now, as you may or may not be able to see. There we go. I have tremors. So for anyone new here, welcome to my channel. I started out as an art page. I was doing artwork on black card because to me the colour pops more when it's a dark background. I had to stop because of said hand tremors. So now my channel is going to be a random assortment of types. So there's going to be cooking videos, there's going to be travel videos. Obviously, Oz and I are going away next week, so I'm going to bring you guys along for that. I hope you enjoy it. I'm hoping to get a bunch of blind boxes and maybe Pokemon cards if I can get away with it. If it's not too expensive. Oh, Bit of black pepper. Sometimes I use white pepper, other times I use black pepper. But because I want it a bit spicy, I use black. So give that a bit more of a stir. Now for mushrooms. Now for me, it's a lot easier. Instead of cutting open the wrap, for me it's easier to just unwrap and then just dump it in. I don't know how you guys have mushrooms prepped and sold, but this is how we do it in Australia. As awkward as bloody possible. There we go. Bonus. We are cooking. Sadly not with gas. I wish I had a gas stove. That would be lovely. So we have brown Swiss mushrooms. Whoops. In they go. Now usually because mushrooms are rather big, I like to smoosh them up with the spatula or whatever it is I'm using to stir. Swiss browns are a bit harder to moosh, but you get there in the end. Not only that, these will reduce down. So, something random just fell over in my kitchen, probably in my fridge. And I don't care. So, one moment. That's better. I have no idea what went on there with my phone just then. But anywho, this is browning up nicely. Sometimes I will actually put diced bacon in this as well, just for extra flavour and extra meat. But altogether, this will last us a good 2 nights. I also found some Italian herbs, so I'm going to whack that in. As I was putting away all the other bits and bobs back in the pantry, so yeah, there's not that much left. Stuff it, all gone. Right, now for these fellas. Hey, oh, excuse me. Don't worry, I faced away. It's all good. I haven't put boogies in the meat. Now, usually I like adding vegetables just because it'll help bulk it out. And not only that, makes it just that tiny bit healthier. Hopefully I can break up these mushrooms a bit more. There we go. So there's not really a lot left to do now besides put in the pasta sauce. But usually I will let this simmer away for a while, especially after I've done the pasta sauce. Get off. But yes, today we have got a nice chunky pasta sauce. Now I went to Woolworths for majority of the ingredients. Oh, for the love of Pete. They always make these things too tight. Oh well, I'll get it. Ah, there we go. Strong, independent woman. Oh, now I've got to get it out. There we go. Now, excuse me one moment. I need to put some water in this because you don't waste anything. We do not like to waste anything in this household, not even pasta sauce. because this will all reduce down anyway. So you just mix that in. Now the only other thing I have to do today is some cleaning up, as you probably saw. I'm trying to make sure that all the dishes are done before we go away. Now, one last sneaky peek for you guys. That's how it's going so far. So, that is me making dinner at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, I'm sorry if it is a long video, but I can't really do a whole lot of editing, and with my computer not working, I can't really do that either. So that is it for now. And I shall see you in the next video, whenever that is. That's just going to simmer away for about 20 minutes. Then I'll turn it off and I'm all done. So thank you for joining me on my little walk. I happened to luck in with my mother seeing me walking along to go to the shop. She was going to the same shop. So thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and yeah, if I don't see you beforehand, I will be posting on Wednesday when we head off to Adelaide. We're going rather early because we have to get some shopping done before we actually leave town. So I might take you along for that, but we shall see how things go. So stay tuned, and if I don't see you beforehand, I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.